welcome to 2023. I hope you're so prepared for the things that you are here to get in this year. I'm so ready to dish out so much value to you and impact you in all the ways that I can. But before we go on into the year 2023, I want to tell you I learned a lot last year. I learned a lot in 2022, and I was so blessed by the phenomenal lessons that I got in 2022. And this is the time to really share them with you. And I really want you to do the same after this video. Just sit down and begin to look out for the top lessons, top 5 lessons, top 3 lessons, top 10 lessons that you learned in 2022. So you can begin to use them to implement and move on, because a lot of the lessons and secrets in the future are in the past. A lot of the secrets in the future are in the past. What's my number one lesson I learned in 2022? My number one lesson is your intentional commitment to your growth and your fellowship with God is responsible for your overall influence. A lot of the time, people believe it's just about being influential, it's just about doing a lot of things, it's just about trying to do this and do that. But your real source to your overall influence is in your intentional commitment to your growth and your fellowship with God. If you choose that you want to really grow, you want to be influential, it's not about the heart, it's not about trying to show up on flyers or trying to put up programs. It's your intentional commitment to your own growth and your fellowship with God. If you can pay attention to being committed to your growth, if you can pay attention to being committed to your life, being committed to being better, being committed to improving in your skills, improving in your life, improving in the things you do, then you will see yourself grow in no small way. And also your fellowship with God. What's my number 2 lesson that I learned in 2022? My number 2 lesson is that your most treasured asset is your time. Your most treasured asset is your time. Listen, your most treasured asset is not the amount of money you want to make, is not the amount of followers you want to build, it's your time. The ability to create more time to innovate, to generate ideas, to think through those ideas, to draft out your action plan, and then to commit to your vision is your most treasured asset. A lot of people believe it's the ability to be called up to a lot of programs, it's the ability to speak here and there, it's the ability to travel here and there, it's the ability to attend a lot of conferences, take a lot of courses, read a lot of books, but the time that you have in being intentional to developing yourself. So your most treasured asset is your time. If you are someone who wants to be a thought leader, you want to do so much in life, you want to accomplish so much in your life, make sure you treasure every time that you have. As you go into the year 2023, you must choose to treasure the time that you have. My number 3 lessons, are you ready to hear this? Number 3 lessons is don't settle for mediocrity because of what people around you will think. I see a lot of people will say, I don't want to show my face, I don't want to go online and begin to share posts, I don't want to record that video, I don't know what people will say, I don't know what people will feel like, I don't want to write that book because I don't know what it will seem like. So people will begin to feel like I'm now an author, people will feel like I'm now this. Stop trying to play small because of what people around you will think. Stop trying to settle for mediocrity because of what people around you will think. You know, you are so great. There's so much about you that's not been shown to our world because you're not willing to show yourself. Okay, stop trying to play small, stop trying to be small, stop trying to settle for little, all right, but willing to go for the best, but willing to go for more, but willing to drive for more, because at the end of the day, the people who you think are thinking about you are really thinking about themselves, because they don't have time thinking about you. For the little time they seem to comment, it will soon be gone, and then you'll be the one at the top there, and then they begin to look at you like, you're really wise. So don't settle for mediocrity because of what people around you will think. Are you set for number 4? Number 4 lessons I learned in 2022 is every day is an opportunity to build a legacy. Be deliberate about it. Everyone you meet, everyone you walk by, everything you seem to do is an opportunity to build your legacy. You know, a lot of people believe, legacy is built when you get to the age of 80 or 70 or 90. No, every day you're building a legacy. Everything you're doing right now is mounting up to your legacy. And then those are the things that you would either have to encourage a generation, or you regret that you did or you did not do. So legacy is everything you're doing today or you're not doing that is able to build a generation or destroy that generation. So every day you're building a legacy. Every time you choose to hide, every time you choose to curb and nurture your shyness, and then you do not choose to be deliberate, to show up strong, to be the best at what you do, to be intentional at the things that you do, you begin to find out that you are also building or destroying a legacy. So you're building your legacy on a daily basis. I learned this powerful lesson, and then I chose to become really deliberate about the things I do on a daily basis. Number 5 lesson is choose your priorities correctly. Not many things in life really matter, okay? Choose your priority correctly. You need to sit down right now. What are the 3 most important things that are really essential to me? You believe it's money? No, but probably it's happiness, okay? You believe it's getting married, but probably it's fulfillment. Now you must begin to sit down and say, what are the top 3 priorities to me? And what do I need to do to ensure that these priorities are the things I work towards, I work with, I focus on in my life? Not everything in life seems to be very, very important. Choose your priority correctly, and then you begin to see your life change in no small way. Number 16 lesson I learned. This I learned at Ignition 3.0 by Pastor Jide Shangodare. It says discover yourself. Now, when people hear the word discover themselves, because you feel that, oh, now you're on the public space, you have a social media account that is booming, you have the ability to be invited to speak, means that you have discovered yourself already. No, you should realize that you keep evolving on a daily basis in the discovery of yourself. You wake up every morning and say, how can I be more better than I was yesterday? You're discovering something new about yourself. Okay, what else did I think I knew in the past that now it seems like I really did not know about it? You're growing in the discovery of yourself. Number seven lesson I learned in 2022 is to develop yourself. I've said this over and over again, is to develop yourself. I learned this as an emphasis at Ignition 3.0. Develop yourself. Be willing to develop yourself. Be willing to be better. Be willing to say, oh, I spoke this way in the past. How can I speak better in a form that will become memorable in their minds? Develop yourself. You wrote in a certain way in the past and you saw the reaction, you saw the responses, you read it. How can you be better? What do you need to read? What do you need to know? How do you infuse stories into the things that you say? How can you be the one pointing to the hearts of your audience? You're choosing to develop yourself. Number 8. Are you ready for this? Number 8 is to deploy and diffuse yourself. You know, I've always heard about develop, deploy, but amazingly I heard about diffusing yourself. Now, diffusing means, how do you multiply yourself? How do you multiply yourself? How do you build mentorship platforms with which you can begin to include yourself into others? You can begin to put in yourself into others. You can begin to pour out your spirit into others and see them do better, okay, to the extent you have gotten to others, they even do better than you. You're willing to diffuse yourself. How can you get your message from just 5 people to 10 to 15 to 100 to hundreds of thousands to a million? What do you have to do? You begin to choose to diffuse yourself. And I'm so ready this year to diffuse myself. Number 9, getting almost there. Number 9 lesson I learned is that personal development is not personal. Okay, I got this particular statement from Madam General Elizabeth Samuel, and she said that statement and I just keyed into it. Personal development is not personal. You know, a lot of people, when you hear personal development, you just say, oh, it's just me. Maybe I just need to lock up myself in a dark room and then I remain silent and just begin to look up. You will still come out and remain the same person because nothing has really grown in you. Listen, personal development is not necessarily personal. Why? Because you need to leverage on the knowledge of others. You need to leverage on the books others have written, leverage on the courses others have created, leverage on the programs people have gone through, and then network with people, associate with people. That's how you get to become a better person. So personal development is not necessarily personal. Even though you are responsible for the decisions you take, it does not mean that you do not need every other person to be better at the things that you do. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth Samuel, for that statement. Personal development is not personal. Finally, number 10 lesson I learned this from David O. Lawal, the masterful speaker. He said that there is a leadership capacity in everyone. There's a leadership ability in everyone. Now, when people look at the concept of leadership, they believe, oh, until I get that position, until I become the president, until I become the governor, until I become the senator, until I become this, I become that, I arise to attaining that, fulfilling that, and doing all of that. That's when many people believe that they are leaders. No, everyone have a leadership ability in themselves. And what that really means that you have the ability to lead yourself. You have the ability to lead a movement. You have the ability to influence with your gift. You have the ability to impact people with the little things that you got. So you have a leadership ability in you. And the first person you need to lead is yourself. Those are my powerful 10 lessons for 2022. And I believe you learned from them. I believe you wrote out one or two things from them. What are the things that strike you the most? Please go well to the comment section. Let me see how well you were blessed by this. Do well to like this video so this video can be recommended to more people. And also don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because more and more value will come to you on this channel in 2023. Are you ready? Be blessed, be transformed. Share this video with your friends, and then see you when we see. Remain exceptional, remain the best that you can be, and turn your life around in no small way. Cheers.